live. Has that worked for anybody? My phone's on silent, so I wouldn't know.
You stream on Facebook, okay?
Yeah, it's live. Woohoo!
Okay, good. Technical difficulties are so much fun.
I just can't wait for the next time. They're so much fun. Oh my gosh.
You guys are just too much. So much fun. So much.
And honestly, I still don't see the streaming part. So if anyone sees that, I see where Russell Little is there watching and he liked it.
Hey, hi, Russell.
So before we get this party started and we're ready to start partying here.
See, it's on, Sandy.
Huh?
See, it's on.
Oh, yep. I found it.
I'm not talking to Russell now. Russell commented on Joshua's post.
Yes, there you are. There you are.
I responded and told Russell, no. Russell, I'm not going to Big Ben. It is May. It is hot as hell.
Hello, Russell. Okay, so let me make sure that everybody that might have joined the event will be there to come on over and join us.
Come on over.
Have some fun. Sarah, where are you? I know you've been looking for us. Kat Sanford, I know you were asking what time. So let's get the party going. So I did put in there that we will be over on the Perceptive PR page. So I put a link in. So if you're on, in which you may not be hearing me if you're not on, come to think of it. So I did put it on there. So so we should have more people joining us in a minute because they were probably looking for it like we were looking for it. So
Sarah still can't find it, she says.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to put a link over in my personal page.
Well, yeah, but if you share it, like I'm sharing from my phone, you can invite people to watch it. So then,
okay.
She said she found it. She found it.
Okay, so you can invite her.
Well, I'm going to share it anyway. We'll share it over to my timeline. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're here.
We are here and we are
live.
Sue, what are you doing for Mother's Day?
Hopefully it'll be quiet. The kids will probably be over here.
That's good.
I try not to plan a whole lot. I want it kind of low key. And Sarah and the kids and Chad will be over and my sons will be here. My other two are out of town, so I'll get phone calls.
Oh.
Now she says she can't find it again.
That's funny.
Then tell her to go. Well,
it says we're still live, so we're still rolling.
Okay.
Okay, this has been, so I shared it. Let me see. Yep. It does, but it does look kind of frozen.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's working on my end.
Okay, well, Perceptive PR, it's frozen.
Well.
So, Amy, let's just go do it on my Facebook, on my profile, and do it from there, and we can. But
it's working.
Okay, well, it's not on mine.
Yeah, but
is it on yours, Sue?
It's working.
Yes.
Okay, good. Then we'll stay here. Okay, I see where Sarah joined us, so she found it.
Okay, she found it.
I see where we're having some shares. You shared it. I shared it. Amy, Russell, if you would share it. So a little technical difficulty getting started here, and we've had a little technical difficulty the last few times we've done a Facebook Live, and a lot of it is due. Well, it's all due to the changes that Facebook is making as far as the lives. They don't like you to use third-party vendors anymore. There's all kind of stuff going on. And we'll have an update for you on how that stuff is going when we have our author talk on Monday. Can we do that, Amy?
Yes.
Okay. So for tonight, however, we're focusing on our guest of honor, who is the author of a series of books. I'm going to ask some questions in a minute, and I'm not going to give you any, I don't want to give you the answers yet. So as soon as we have a couple more people join us, we're going to put out some questions. And if the first person that answers wins a prize, and we'll determine what those are based on the person that wins, because if Sarah wins, we probably don't want to give her a copy of her mom's book because she's going to get one of those anyway. I'm guessing, right, Sue?
Oh, yes.
So we picked Mother's Day weekend to launch Sue's book for a lot of reasons. One being the relationship she's had with her family and the role that her family plays in her books. Her kids, her siblings, her mom and dad, who are have both transitioned and gone on. So anyway, so that's one of the reasons we're celebrating or launching on Mother's Day. And Sue, I want you to not talk about your mom yet. We're going to do that. We're going to do a mom story, save that for later. But just tell me about this book. So book one, we know, was Hot Flashes, Cold Cases. That's when the protagonist is introduced to dead people.
Right.
And we had that book launch last year. So now we have book two, and this is Midlife Chaos. So what's next for our adventurer?
More getting drawn into having to solve local crimes that she has absolutely no interest in. She meets some new people. She meets a couple of new dead people. And she finds out just how crazy the township can actually be. So
tell the story that I love for you to tell about how you met the new character, the new live character.
I was writing, and I don't outline. I just write as it comes to me. And I wrote down, the doorbell rang. And I sat back and I thought, oh, I wonder who's at the doorbell. I mean, who rang the doorbell? I wonder who's at the door. And I sat there and thought about it for a minute, and nothing was coming to mind. So I sat forward and I started typing again. And then in walks really one of my favorite characters. I love her. I love everything about her. And she becomes pretty crucial to my main character's case solving. And I love the new character a lot. I don't know where she came from, as far as she's not based on anyone that I can think of off the top of my head, but she has her own little quirks, and she is a definite individual. She has her own voice in the story, and she becomes very, very integral in helping Peg. I know.
I'm not going to say anything.
Going, and we'll see how many people.
We're going to be doing this for about an hour. As long as people are having fun, we're going to keep doing it. Hi, Kat. Kat just joined us.
Oh, hi.
And Sarah said she better get a copy of the book. So Russell's still with us. Russell, we miss you. We should have had Russell on, not just for Russell. We had the meeting of the board meeting of the Houston Writers Guild yesterday, and that was exciting. And Russell wasn't there, and he's on the board, so I have to get him updated soon. So lots of good things going on. Our lives are so exciting. And so Sue, you've been through this before with these two books. You've published them, and then things went kind of awry, and now we're republishing them, and then getting ready for the third book,
which I'm extremely excited about.
And that will come out this fall sometime. We don't have a date for that.
Yep.
But we're getting ready to really hit the ground running with the marketing plan for both of these books. And so we're going to talk a little bit about your marketing plan in a minute and how everyone can help. But what I want to tell everyone that's listening now or listening tomorrow, which will be Saturday, May 12th, or Sunday, May 13th, which is Mother's Day. Go tomorrow and Sunday, get a free copy of the ebook.
Yeah.
And you can purchase the print book, and you can also purchase book 1. If you haven't read book 1, Hot Flashes, Cold Cases, this is a good time to go ahead and get both of them so you can get caught up on all these characters, because it's not what you would think. I mean, I remember when I read the first one, you know, cozy mystery, you know, you always think Murder, She Wrote or something like that. And this was not the case. And I know you wanted it to be humorous, and it is. And I know you got the humor part from Stephanie Plum, and this is so totally different though. It really is different when you read it and you see how involved her character becomes in the community. And book 1, honestly, had a very sad ending for me, because the person, you know, just didn't want it to be that person. I get really involved in the books I read, I can tell you. By the
That
end,
was
I'm
tough for me because I had actually used someone I know for that particular character. And it was him to a T. And then I was driving home from the post office one day, and I was trying to figure out who was going to be the bad guy. And it came to me, it had to be this particular character. And I was like, oh no, it broke my heart.
Because he was a particularly bad guy. So
Yeah. Well, you find out. You don't know. And then you find out how absolutely horrible he was.
And he seemed like such a nice person the whole time. So
well, that's because he was based off of somebody that I actually know in law enforcement.
But I do think that's the case with a lot of, and like you just said, you knew it had to be him. So I love knowing that about an author. I think that's one reason that no matter how many people I know, no matter how many press releases I send out, no matter how many book launches and all that, it's the author that people want to know about. They want to know what made you write these books. They want to know what's the story behind these books. And that's what I like sharing with them. And so is there any one story in particular about your writing that really stands out? Now, it's still not doing the Mother's Day story. Hold on to that one. But any
personal stories in my life?
Or stories that you said, I've got to write about this. Any story about your writing? No?
When I sit down to start a new book, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to write about. Zero. And I just start writing, and it just unfolds in front of me. And I actually find out about the story the same way the reader does, which is as you go along. And I don't outline. Agatha Christie had pages and pages and pages of outlines before she would even start a book. She knew exactly what all of her characters were doing. She knew who was the culprit from the beginning. I mean, she knew all of these things. And I admire that tremendously. And I can't write like that.
Well, I don't think it's like one way is any better than the other. It's just.
No, but it would probably be a lot less nerve-wracking. If I outline every single chapter, I don't.
A lot, maybe less nerve-wracking for you, but for those of us that are reading the end results, I like that you've let the characters lead where you're going. I love that.
I have absolutely no idea what they're going to say or what they're going to do.
And I've always, and I ask you, every time we do anything, I ask you to tell that story about the doorbell, because I'm like, I've never heard anything where you're sitting and writing and all of a sudden doorbell, and then you hear the doorbell and in walks your new character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just think that's an incredible story. And
well, one of my favorite authors was Rex Stout, and he wrote the Nero Wolfe books. And in an interview, and I don't know how many of the Nero Wolfe books he had written by this point, but he said he typed something about, and Wolfe had a son. He said, I sat back, I thought, I didn't know that Wolfe had a son. And I thought, I so get that. I actually, I understand that entire thought. It's like, huh, I didn't know that. And he goes, and I've known Wolf a long time.
Yes, yes. And I've had that happen. I think I told you I had a friend once who wrote a book, and I read it, and it was just like an incredible story. And he told me later, he said, I knew there was something missing. And so one night I'm going through all the characters and what's going on, and all of a sudden the female, he said, I saw her and she was smoking a cigarette. And he's like, oh my God, that's what's missing. I did not know she smoked. And she was a waitress in a bar and all that. So it just made sense. But I was like, at the time, I'm like, how can you not know that your character smokes? You were the one that put the cigarette in her hand. So
trust me. I mean,
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
If there's any length of time, like if I've had to put a manuscript down for more than a few weeks, I have to go back and I have to read the whole thing and take notes to remind myself of where I was going and what I was thinking. And you'll read something that maybe you wrote 2 months ago, and you think, oh, I totally forgot about that. And because there's been a lag time, your mind just starts racing down this totally different path, and it opens up an entirely new avenue that you have a choice to go down as a writer. And it's really a lot of fun.
That sounds like it. Now, we did have a comment from someone in your family, a family member, it says. It's Kat. Well, Kat's what it's saying it, so I'm not sure if she's asking for herself or someone else. But she said they're dying to know who it is in real life is inspiring you to create your characters.
Well, Peg, my main character is actually probably closer to me than anybody else. Other than the one character I just described that I had built him around somebody that I actually know, nobody else. I mean, they just come to me and they're their own people. Subconsciously, they may be a conglomerate of people I know. I have no idea. So Catherine's dad is not one of the characters. He is my brother. It's just all these different personalities. And I'm sure if I really sat and thought about it, I might think of people I knew or still know with these personality traits. But it's people maybe I've even seen just at the mall. And I know that I was sitting at the mall one day. My husband and I were eating lunch at the food court. This has been years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And this woman was walking to where her back was to me, and she had this great figure. She had on orange leggings, knee-high white boots, this very loud flowery blouse, a ton of makeup. Her hair was dyed orangey red. It was piled up to here, but I thought, man, that woman has a great figure. And she turned around and my mouth dropped open because she was 85 if she was a day.
Oh, gosh.
And I thought, oh, my word. And then I got to thinking about it, and I thought to have that type of attitude and sassiness at her age was actually very inspiring to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, I don't necessarily want to dress like that, but I hope that I have that same bite to me at 85.
Yes, I understand. Yes, me too. Me too. So I want to ask a question now. So I kind of said we're going to do questions, we're going to do games. So one of the things I want you to do is if you know the answer to the question, post it either on my page or on the Perceptive PR page, where I'm looking at both of them. So and Sarah, you can play along with this one. So can Kat and any other family members. I want to see how well you know your mom, Sarah. So she wrote a post a few weeks ago. So I want you to know these questions, the answers, you can find them, and it's okay to go look for them, because the first person that puts in for this one, since everybody's included, then it's going to be an Amazon gift card, $25 Amazon gift card. So who is one of Sue's favorite authors?
Oh.
So Let me no, Amy.
I know them.
Put
Let
the
me.
blog post up.
That's not fair. And you did not say I was exempt. You didn't say that.
Well, I'm saying it now. No, if it's any of your friends or your family or any of your friends and
Joshua,
family,
I need you to comment. Hold on, I'm gonna tell Josh to comment so I can.
I have about 4 that I talk about quite a bit.
I think I know.
and
I
to be
know.
honest, he mentioned one of them.
I already mentioned one of them.
I know. I
2
know.
of them, actually.
Oh, really? Because yes, you did. I do remember the second one. Kat. Okay, Kat got it. Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
Good job, Catherine. I know Sue calls you Catherine. I've always called her Kat. Actually, when I first met Kat, I called her Catherine. It was always Catherine and Walt because we were friends with her next door neighbors. And so we went down there quite a bit when the neighbors first moved there. I don't know how long Catherine and Walt had lived there, but we had a great time. I do remember the one time that we had 10,000 Jello shots. I mean, that was a lot of Jello shots. I think Kat and Walt were the ones that made those. So,
I can't imagine making those.
That's
a
a
big
lot. When I
quantity.
saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh! And we always had great parties. They had bands, they hired bands to come out there and everything. We had a great time, and that was Catherine and Walt. And then I met her later in a business setting, and she said, "I'm Kat Sanford." I'm like, oh, Catherine is now Kat. So, and then you call her Catherine. So,
Well,
yeah,
we call her Catherine
and we
because
will. So you can have your choice, Kat. Do you want one of the? Do you always give your whole family a copy of the book? So is Kat going to get a copy?
I expect them to buy it.
Nice.
So, Kat, you got a choice. You can have either a copy, an autographed copy of the book. Let's make sure we say that, or you can have the gift card. Oh, she said, Sandy, you're getting me in trouble. No, we had fun. I was there with you, remember? So I'm getting us both in trouble. So, okay, now let's go on to it's Mother's Day weekend. So if anybody watching or anybody part of the party, if you have a great Mother's Day story, share it with us there.
Yeah.
And, I know you can't share a real long one, but just tell us that you have a great Mother's Day story and put it there. And we want to hear those. I'd love to get some feedback from your blog posts, Sue, on Mother's Day. She did a blog post that's now on her website. It's on my website because I use it as a guest blog post on mine. And then today I put it on LinkedIn. I'm getting that anywhere possible. So I was going to ask that as a question. I forgot about that. So Sue, right while we were getting ready and getting our technical difficulty all straightened out, Sue was telling us a story about her mom and then her daughters. So why don't you tell us that Mother's Day story?
My mom passed away when I was pregnant with Sarah in 1986. And it was a real shock to the family. It was just one of those sudden things that happened. And I missed her horribly because she and I were quite close. And so for Mother's Day, my oldest daughter got me a bracelet. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. And it has my mother's signature on it. And it's not her name. It says Love Mother. And I love that. And
it's in her handwriting.
It's in her handwriting from a letter that I had from my mom. When I first moved up here, my mom would write me little short letters with recipes in them. And so Sarah had asked me for her sister, I need a copy of that. And so I gave it to her. I had no idea what she wanted to do with it. And so then this is what I got from my other daughter. And it was really touching. But years ago, because I just loved having anything with my mother's handwriting on it because I missed her so much. Because I was only 31 when she died, and it's quite young to lose your mom. And I wrote all of my daughters a letter so they would have something in my handwriting.
Nice.
Because I really believe that kind of grounds you a little bit during the tough times and the good times, you know. And I would grab whatever letter I had from my mother and I would read it and I would think, okay, what would mother do in this situation? Or it just helped me reconnect with her and gave me some stability through whatever it was I was going through. I mean, we had 5 kids, so I went through a lot. But the thing is I wanted my daughters to have that same thing. So I encourage, I mean, we live in a world of texting and emails, and it's not the same thing. It actually is not the same thing. And I said in my blog that I used the recipe that she taught me the very last time she was here. Excuse me. She and my dad used to come up every October, and it was apple season here. And we had a lovely apple orchard that is now closed down, and they've built houses on it. And they had the best apples I've ever tasted. And so she and dad would come up. And the very last years that she came up before she passed away, she taught me how to make her famous dressing. And everybody loved it, whoever tasted it. And I wrote down every move she made in the kitchen so that I would have the timing right and everything. It's not complicated. There's just a lot of steps to it. And I still have that piece of grease stained fading ink. And I drag it out every Thanksgiving to make sure I'm not missing anything. I could probably make this at this point in my sleep, but
I think I hear a blog post.
I wrote it in that blog that I dragged that out.
I know, but I think when we get closer to Thanksgiving, that's worthy of its own blog post. Maybe
it probably is.
Post a recipe itself and then a picture of the one that you used that was from your mom.
Oh, it's a mess.
That would be great. That's what you want. That's what you want. And Kat says she loves your bracelet, and your story was so special, and she loves the idea of writing letters. She still remembers Nanny's distinctive handwriting, and to have her amazing recipes. So
yes.
See, I knew that was a story that was going to really get us all. So that was a great story. So if you have a Mother's Day story to share, again, post it in here. Amy, you should really post a Mother's Day story.
Your mother is adorable.
Yes, she is.
Love her mom.
My mother used to dot us on our forehead with permanent marker. The sad part is she would call us over and we would let her do it.
And you never knew why.
No, she never told us why. And then not even that. So I'm too young to remember this, but my mom will tell me. She used to lie to us and tell us that someone was coming over, so we would help her clean the house and make it all pretty or whatever. No one ever came over. She lied. No one ever came over. No, nothing.
I'm with your mom.
Y'all can just I'm outnumbered. Y'all can shut your mouth. That ain't even.
You just wait. You'll be doing the same.
Now, I have to say, I never had daughters, so I could probably bribe. My sons would help some.
Well, Saturday morning was cleaning day. All the kids had to help. And we have wooden stairs going upstairs because we have oak woodwork all through the downstairs because it's a century home. And whoever was the youngest had to take the dust rag and dust the wooden stairs all the way down. And that was whoever was the youngest, that was their job because it was easy and they could do it, but they were still part of the cleaning crew.
That's good. I love that. It's such a family thing, really. But I mean, most kids don't see it as that, but it really,
they hated it.
But those are the kind of things now that you tell us the stories. So most kids today are not going to ever have those stories to tell because all they're going to be telling stories of sitting and playing their games.
Right. And my kids tell a lot of stories about my wooden spoon because they felt that wooden spoon a lot.
Oh,
wooden spoons were buried, thrown over the hill. But I never ran out. I had a nice
Sue, I
Stack of
never
them.
ran out. Never.
Never.
That's funny. And that was before Amazon when you could buy bunches of them at one time.
No, I would just go get another one,
Oh my goodness.
Amy, Kat, did you see Kat's comment about
Yeah,
your mom?
she loves my mom. That's just not if she dots your head with permanent marker. What is y'all's problem? I don't
And
know
what was
why
the
anyone
reasoning
finds that
behind
funny.
the dot on your head?
No, it's not that she dotted it. The sad part is we went so she could dot it. That's the sad part. She would call us over and then just dot your forehead, and you're like, oh, okay. No.
And Kat said the wooden spoon runs in the family.
Yes.
So Kat, you should be on here live with us.
I know.
We'd have more fun with you, be able to tell us all this stuff. So we'll have to do that next time. We'll have to just put the link out there and anybody that wants to join.
Heather's on. She said so much dusting.
Okay, where's Heather? I haven't seen Heather.
Okay, she's coming in under Fernando, which is her husband.
Okay. I still don't see that one yet either. So let me go back over. I'm looking at so many different places to see it. So see the comments to make sure I don't miss any.
I do want to say hello to my son-in-law. He just got back from overseas. He's finally home for good. I'm so excited.
Well, this is your party. You can say hello to anybody you want to. So, okay. I still don't. Is it Heather? Did you want to say more than that to your son-in-law?
No, I'm just glad he's home. I've been concerned.
And they're the ones that live in Utah,
Florida. But they're getting ready to move, so I'm very excited about that too.
And then you have a daughter in Utah too, though, right?
Idaho.
Idaho, that's true. Idaho. I keep forgetting that because it's the same place that my son's company is located. So
yeah, way up in the skinny part of Idaho.
Yeah, beautiful country up there.
Oh, it is gorgeous. But I mean, no, I'm not wildlife oriented at all. And about as wild as I get is taking my dog out for a walk. But the thing is, I mean, they got bears and mountain lions and moose, and I'm just like, and they go hiking all the time. And I'm like, no, that's not for me. That's wrong person.
So I want to say hi to Fernanda Brady, AKA Fern Brady.
Oh.
The former CEO of the Houston Writers Guild.
Oh, yes. I think I met her when I was there in October.
You did.
Yeah.
She has beautiful hair, and you just never know what color it's going to be.
That's the way to be, I'm telling you.
And Meredith Bowerman. So Meredith, I know I know your blog, and I know your writing. I met you through, I know somebody in Houston, so welcome. Anybody else out there that wants to say anything, just write a comment. We're going to have our next question in just a few minutes. So pay attention, because you've been given a hint about the answer to this question several times. So don't know if you noticed or paid attention. But anyway, we're going to be asking. And I do believe, Sarah, I haven't heard from you lately. Sarah, where are you? But I think you might have to bow out of this one, because I'm sure you know the answer to this. But the question right now is, and the first person that answers it, and give me a minute to find you, because I'm looking on Perceptive PR, but I'm also keeping track over on my my page as well, so I can make sure I see everybody. Who is the main character in Sue's books? No, not Amy.
Joshua, I need you to
answer, but Amy and Sarah. So
my mom knows. My mom knows.
And okay, so Sheila Harrison just posted something. I don't think she's here though. She was just posting, but Sheila, if you're listening, come on down. Just come in and join us. So if you know the answer to the question, the first person gets an autographed copy of Sue's book. That's why Sarah is already going to get that. She is going to get one, right, Sue?
Did she win anything yet?
No.
Sarah, they just texted me and said, I've been posting.
Who said that?
Sarah.
Okay, so I'm not seeing it, Sarah. I see cats. And I see.
I'm on Perceptive, and she talked about the dressing and then all the dusting. They all complained about, it's an old house, it's dusty, so you have to dust a lot.
I know you said that. I have not seen either one of those. Amy, can you find those comments and tell me where they are, please? Because I will go ahead, keep going. Waiting on the answer. So it's really right now about, wow, it's 20 minutes to 8 already.
Wow.
We did have a little difficulty getting started though. So we want to go make sure we have a complete hour. So I want to talk just a minute of some things that we have going on this weekend and how you can help us. So everybody that's listening, whether you're family, Perceptive Public Relations, friends, part of our author marketing community, anybody, I want you to this weekend share this video, share information about the book. You can go to my Facebook page and share from there. You'll see information on, you'll see a link to the Amazon page to get the book. It will be free starting at, if you're in Central Time, starting at 2 a.m. If your daughter in Idaho, she's probably going to get it right at midnight because she's probably in Western.
Far enough back, yeah. She's in.
So, because all these companies are located in California, all the promos take place on their time. Yeah. So 12 midnight Amazon time, this book will go live. It's already live. You can already purchase it. It's only $3.99. So come on. Get real. $3.99 for a book is unheard of. So you can go get it today for that. And then tomorrow or tonight at midnight, starting then. And actually, you already had some sales. I was looking at that earlier, looking at your
nice.
At your standing and your rating. So what I do is go in at 2 o'clock, take snapshots, screenshots of the standing. So what number are you in the sales, all based on sales, all of it. So so I take pictures of all that, and every hour on the hour when Amazon updates. So those of you who are not familiar with Amazon, they change the ratings every hour on the hour. So 1 minute after 3, there'll be a change if there has been any more sales. So I want you to share the link, share the information, share the videos, share anything, share the blog post, share. And then, so that's one thing you can do all weekend long. Share. Hashtag Midlife Chaos. That's Midlife, CHAOS, Midlife Chaos. So that's going to be our hashtag all weekend. I have right now, so this was exciting. And so thank you, Rebecca Eigen, if you're watching, and I hope you are, because she sent me an email today with a bazillion, and that's not much of an exaggeration, a long list of sites where you can use to promote your book. Mm-hmm. So I went to 2 or 3 of them. I went to as many as I had time for before we did this, and said, if I send you something today or tonight, a link, can you promote it this weekend? Because if they need 10 days notice or whatever, then it's too late. And I just got it today, so I didn't have all these names. What I do have for this weekend is all of the Facebook groups that I'm a member of. So Vola, get your clicking finger ready, because I'm going to give you the information to post, and we're going to be sharing that all weekend. So I like it that Vola will share and I will share, and I've got a couple of Fiverr people that I've already hired to do some sharing, because if I share on all those groups, it's going to block me, and I might be put in Facebook prison or something. So, and I don't want that for Vola either. I want Vola to have, I want you to see, I did not dress up for tonight. I have got my t-shirt and my leggings on, and I am ready to rock and roll this weekend. So we are working this weekend on this book launch. The goal, number 1 on Amazon. Second goal, get a bestseller, Amazon bestseller status. all these things that show that Amazon is paying attention. And so I want to let you know one thing, in case you didn't know this, the big thing that drives it is reviews.
Yeah.
Review, review, review. So if you have not read the book, go read it and comment or review it. If you know Sue, go read about the book, go post a review. Review, review, review. I would like to get a commitment from Amy's family, which numbers in the hundreds, and Sue's family, which probably is more than that. Although I don't know, you have 5 kids. The difference is you have 5 kids and they have 4. And I do want to say this just seriously for 1 second, though. Well, no matter what Amy says about you, we love you. We love you.
We understand
No.
you.
And
No.
Bola, you are the employee of the month. Okay.
She's fired. I call and fire her every day. I'm like, you're fired. And then she's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to work.
You do not have firing possibilities or whatever you
She's
call it.
fired. I just say it all the time. I'm like, you're fired. I just call
But
her.
two
half
of
the
them
time
do this to me all the time. They're like, do I get the employee parking space this week? And like Bola's in San Antonio, I'm in Houston, and Amy's in Clear Lake. So there is no employee parking lot.
I'm gonna buy her
My
a
driveway.
sign that says,
Anybody wants to come here and park in my driveway can have the parking spot.
no, I'm gonna buy her a sign that says employee of the month runner up. That's what she's gonna get.
And I also want to say a special thanks to Amy's dad, because Amy's dad, we met him. So you met him when we were at the Indie Palooza last year. And by the way, we're planning now for Indie Palooza. So Fern, I'm mentioning it. Indie Palooza will be in probably September. And that's going to be a 1 full day conference for independent authors. So get ready. You're going to be seeing a lot of promotion on that, and you will see Sue's books there. Another thing I did, besides that list of a gazillion places to post a book, I also found this website called the Lone Star Library Conference List or something, and there's hundreds. It has a list of every book festival or writers conference in the state of Texas.
Oh,
So I planned, as soon as we have your speaker stuff all ready, because that's one of the things on the marketing plan, is Sue to be out and speak and talk about some of her publishing experiences or whatever else, other topics she wants to talk about. Okay, I forgot all about our question and answer going on. And
I know that
anyone that's answered it?
Brittany did answer, and Vola answered.
Okay.
I also love the employee of the month, Vola. I get that.
No. Did you hear what she said? She did say something nice though. She did say I'm counted on Mother's Day because I have fur babies, and then she said I have lots of fur babies. I only have 4. Gosh. I don't know why she's got to be like that. Now for Mother's Day, she gets the runner-up sign.
So Kat says, I'm seeing all of Kat's posts. I don't know why.
That's because she's on your Sandy Lawrence page, and then my mom and
Sarah
are on the Perceptive PR page.
Right.
But I'm going over there also.
Yeah, but yours, it's locked. It doesn't refresh it. That's why.
Okay. So you keep up with the ones over there for me, Amy, please.
Got it.
And so I'll come back to Kat. So at least I got Kat to talk to.
Welcome back, Kat.
So Kat says, congratulations, Aunt Sue. I'm so excited about the launch of Midlife Chaos and your book series. Love you. P.S. I want an autographed copy with a love note from you. And I will buy more as gifts for my friends. So yay, Kat.
She's just a doll.
And actually it's because of Kat that I'm working with you.
Yes.
Or you're working with me. So that's another story we could tell at some time, because Kat recommended you to call me, and we talked several times before you ever published them. And then, you know, most people want someone to like manage it. And at that time, I really wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
I was just being a publicist. And that's not a just, that I was being strictly a publicist. And it's only through actually our friend Russell,
Yes.
who kind of challenged me to be there with him and help him when he was putting his books on Amazon. And I mean, and Russ, I owe a lot to Russell really, because we did Amazon advertising. We did Amazon. We wrote the ads. We posted the ads. We used to spend we get together once a week to do all that stuff for his books.
Don't give him the big head, Sandy. Stop it.
Okay, Russell, you better enjoy it, because that's a one and only time.
Now we can't live with Russell. Author Talk's going to be all about that.
What'd you say, Sue?
I said you learned so much, and I'm reaping the benefits from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Russell.
I was going to say, don't let Russell know.
No, don't let him know. No.
So yes, I did learn a lot from that, and I've gone on to publish several books, and then did some courses on the book launch with Amazon and how to have a bestseller. And so anyway, so there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to keep on learning, because it doesn't stay the same for very long.
No,
It's just like Facebook. As soon as you figure out the algorithms, they change it, because they want to keep you advertising, they want to keep you,
Yes.
publishing, all of that. So, okay, so who was the first one to answer, Amy? The question?
I don't know. A lot of people answered it. Brittany answered it, and a lot of people answered it.
I saw Brittany first.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Brittany.
Okay. So Brittany, do we have Brittany's address?
No.
I don't. She probably needs to message. I don't want it on here, so she needs to message it to.
Okay.
Somebody.
So if you'll send a direct message to Amy or me, either one, and give us your name and address, and we'll get it to Sue, and she can send you an autographed copy.
Yeah.
That work?
I'll send her a message right now.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so so this weekend we got the picture, right? We are marketing this weekend.
Yeah.
And then we get ready to do the full-blown marketing plan, and both books. We're going to be hitting the road with both books to all of that list of the places that I got from Rebecca, to all of those conferences, looking for speakers. And actually, Sue, I don't know if you're interested in going to South Dakota, I think, or North Dakota, one of the Dakotas. They're having a conference, a writers' conference next year. They're already advertising for it.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, I sent a copy of the email that I got, telling me about it, to the new CEO at Houston Writers Guild, because I loved the message. It said, we're looking for speakers, we're looking for authors, no cost to anyone, because our sponsors have covered the cost for you.
Really?
And I'm like, well, isn't that a wonderful thing to be able to say about a book festival / conference?
You don't hear of that very often.
No, you don't.
Probably because it's in the Dakotas.
Could be.
And I have nothing against that entire area, because it is a beautiful landscape. It's very barren, but it has a beauty all of its own. It's big sky country, that's for sure.
Well, see, I thought Montana was big sky country.
Technically, yes, but the Dakotas are pretty much the same kind of thing. Except I think they have, because they're over there by Idaho, aren't they? No, that's Montana. They're just flat. But the thing is you can see for miles. It's like northern Texas. You can see forever.
Well, I'm going to submit a proposal to speak there, because I really want to go for more reasons than just to speak, but I want to go see and learn from them. Like,
I would not want to go there in the winter, though.
No, it's not in the winter. It's next.
Okay.
And it's not this summer or fall, but it's next year. So it's a full year away. So I'll send you the information. We can put together a speaker proposal.
Actually, that sounds really good, to be honest with you.
So if anybody's watching from our author marketing courses, and you're interested in going there to speak, I put a note in there. I tagged all of you today to let you know about this Facebook party tonight. So if you're watching and I don't see you, then let me know if you're interested in possibly, going there and speaking. So we'll put the list together. I don't know, Marilyn, if you watch this, I don't know if they have veterans there or not. I mean, I know they have veterans there, but I don't know if they have a very active veteran organization there. If they do, that would be definitely something for you to speak. But that's all research that we can be working on. And we'll talk about that on Monday night, because every Monday night, our author marketing courses gets together right here on Zoom. And we study together, we learn together, we help each other with marketing together, all that. So for that reason, all of you in the author marketing group, this weekend, I want to see you sharing, reviewing, downloading Sue's book. And we plan to do that for every one of you. Kathy Laufman will be launching hers soon. Red's launching his publishing company. I will have some great news next week, because I'm meeting with Roger Leslie on Monday afternoon to talk to him about helping market his new publishing company. So we just got so much good stuff going on. It's funny. So, but this weekend is Sue's. We're dedicating this weekend to her.
Yeah.
And so Sue, we talked about your mom, and we talked about the story, some of the stories of your characters. Besides the Peg Shaw series, what else do you have in mind?
I have started another series. I think it's going to be a series. Let me put it that way. Even if it's a standalone, I think it's pretty good. It's based in Port Aransas, which is where my dad was born and raised. And it's right off the coast of Texas. It's one of the barrier islands, Mustang Island.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And if you know where Corpus is, it's about 20 miles north of Corpus. And
to get there, you have to either go down and around through Corpus and up the causeway, or take the ferry.
Right. And when I was a kid, there were only 2 ferries. Now my sister Jo and I just went down there a couple of weeks ago, and there's 4, and they're huge. And I don't remember the ferries being that big when I was a kid.
But it's such a short little distance, isn't it? It's like the minute you get on, you're off.
Yeah, it's just across the channel. I think you spend more time sitting on the ferry waiting for it to load than it takes you to actually get across the channel. And I went down there, and it has changed so much since we were kids. We drove around. We were there two and a half days, and we drove around with our mouths just hanging open at how different it is. And the cemetery used to be miles out of town, and now it's in town. And the cemetery didn't move, town moved. And so it just goes on and on and on. And I cannot believe the amount of homes and how tightly they're built. And we just could not get over it. But we found some good places to eat.
And really nice homes close together.
Oh, very nice homes. Very, very, very nice homes. So we had a little bit of a shock, let's put it that way. And
my sister lives there, and my original plan was to meet Sue down there, but that's what's going on with my grandson and daughter-in-law at the same time. But I did want to go down to visit my sister, so she could, kind of show Sue around to the new part, because she's one of the new people that lives there.
Well, and then there's the Islanders, and then there's the newer people that have moved in, and they run in totally different circles, let me tell you. But I was able to see cousins I haven't seen, some of them since my grandmother died. And my dad passed away 7.5 years ago. I saw a lot of them. They came to his funeral at that point. But it was just really fun to get together and visit and catch up and all that stuff. That, Facebook is fine, but it's fun to catch up in person. And just really see them. And, we're all older, but we all look pretty much the same, except there's more wrinkles and more of us.
More of you. Okay.
Yeah. I'm wider than I was when I was a kid.
I got that after. I'm like, there's more people. So your dad lived there, and then tell us a story about that, because I know when it's Father's Day, we're definitely going to have another Facebook Live just to talk about your father.
Oh, he was something. He left the island at 16. He did not see a lot of opportunities there at that point. And it was a depression, and he was tired of being poor. So his parents were divorced, and his dad drove down from Houston and picked him up and took him back to Houston and got him a job on a tugboat. And then he became a merchant marine and eventually a chief engineer on oil tankers is what he did.
Wow.
Yeah. So he'd been around the world numerous times, and he really had a lot of stories. And I have written a blog about that, so I don't want to get too far into that. But the story that is based in Port Arance is the main character is based on my grandmother. She's not my grandmother, but she has all the quirks that my grandmother had. My grandmother had quirks with no reasons. My character has quirks, but she has solid reasons for having those quirks. So that's the difference between the two women. But they're the same height and they wore the same kind of clothes. My grandmother always wore a muumuu, and my main character in the new series wears a muumuu. And her pockets are always filled with what she needs. And that's how it was with my grandmother. I don't know how she knew what she was going to need each day, but that pocket had it in there. So she was quite a character. 4'11".
Wow.
Okay, now I'm seeing those comments. So I see where Sarah said Papa was the best.
Yeah.
And your other daughter, who's writing as her husband.
Right.
Which one is that?
Heather.
Heather. Okay, so Heather. Hi, Heather. I heard a lot about you. And so she said she shared the book page. Are you able to see those, Amy? She shared the book page with her chat and all that. So, okay.
I want to say hi to Kelly. She's on, I see.
Okay.
She's my husband's cousin's daughter.
Cousin's daughter.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of us up here.
Oh, she lives up there too?
Yeah, not too far from here.
Well, we've had quite a few comments just looking down here. I was on the other one where the only person commenting was Kat, but Kat, your comments are all separate from everybody else's, but you can go to Perceptive PR and see those. So it is 8:03. I do want to have another question. Another question. And and then I want to talk to you a little bit more, Sue, about this weekend for you and what you can do and all of that. So, and Amy will be working social media this weekend. Vola will be working the social media. Again, like I started, I don't know if I finished earlier, but I'm a member of I've joined every author group I can find on Facebook.
Yes, you have.
And I think,
yes. I don't think there's any left for you to join.
And when I join, one of the things you have to answer their little questions, and they all say, do you promise to, not do whatever follow the rules and all that. So I've promised all of them. Now, some of them are there specifically for sales. They want you to post your book and get sales. And so there's quite a few of those. So Vola, I'll get you some information on that, and we'll post a link to Amazon. Now, all of it will be the link to Amazon.
No, Sandy, she's fired. Remember, I fired her this morning. She's fired.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I do it every day.
No,
it's our morning. It's our morning routine.
Don't listen to her. You're not fired.
Okay, call her and tell her.
So much going on. I don't even remember. I was starting to say earlier about your dad. I mean, don't even know if I finished that or not.
Yeah, I think we were talking about him growing up on the island and leaving at 16, and that he just became a merchant marine. But I did write a blog about him.
Yeah. But that's coming out Father's Day.
That's coming out Father's Day.
Nice.
But in the books, one of the dead people is your dad. Is a dad. That's dad. So how closely does that resemble your dad?
Consciously, not at all, but the more, because you have told me that he's one of your favorite characters, and I got to thinking about it. He's so calm, and he doesn't ruffle easily, and he tends to be a real calming force for Peg. And I will have to say that was my dad. He could walk into a room and whatever was going on, people just felt better. That's just who he was. And no matter what was the drama or trauma of the day, he just walked in and it was like everything was going to be okay. And that is how Peg feels about her own dad. is
That's
when she
awesome.
first started being able to see him, because obviously he lives in Deadsville. It just warmed her heart. And then to find out that he had never really left her and he had watched all the major things in her life meant a whole lot to her. And it would have meant a lot to me. I understand that.
That's awesome. Okay, I thought of a question while you were talking. So, actually, it just kind of went away. So,
Happens to me all the time.
Talking about your dad. Oh, I know. So, this is definitely is going to exclude your family, I believe, but not necessarily. So, depends on how much they read your books. So, if you've read any of Sue's books, I want you to give me the name of one of the characters. It can be one of the dead people or the people that come from Deadsville, as Sue puts it in the book, or one of Peg's family members, or the new one. Oh, well, nobody will know about that one because that's in this book.
Yeah.
So you won't know her name, but there's a new character in book 2. And unless you're one of Sue's family, you may not have known that. Is that question too hard for people, you think?
No, I think I know that character's name.
Oh, really? Yes, you should know.
Oh,
that.
yeah, you probably would. Yeah, you probably would.
So can I
name watching that's a hint.
Can I name that though? Like if I had like Joshua comment, can I give that character name? Or no, because I'm the only one that knows it.
Well, if they haven't read the new manuscript, and how would they? That's
Yeah,
the new book. She doesn't show up till book 2.
That's
but then she's
wrong. That's wrong. She's going to be everybody's favorite.
Because of her name, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, if you guys don't know the answer to this one by now.
Yeah, that's a pretty big hint.
It was.
Wow.
I need some help. So, so Sue, this weekend, what are your Mother's Day plans? We asked you that earlier. What are your Mother's Day plans for this weekend?
Yeah, it's over.
So in mix of all of that, what are you have any plans for, the book? I know you'll be watching and you'll be,
I'll be paying attention.
Checking your stats, all that stuff.
Right.
So
just being nervous.
Well, I'm not going to, so we're going to be number 1. I'm just going to say that there are no small groups in mystery, apparently. And I have looked, so right now we're in 2 different ones. We're in women's sleuths and humorous. So.
You had asked me one time about the books. I can't remember the exact question, but I decided writing something humorous and lighthearted was important because I don't think we laugh enough. I really don't. And laughing is so healthy for you. Endorphins release, all sorts of stuff happens when you laugh. And I think it's just really important for us to remember to laugh. But I was talking to my sister this week, and she told me a story that really actually kind of got to me, but I wanted to share it. A friend of hers is going through chemotherapy, and she was actually reading Hot Flashes, Cold Cases during a treatment. And she was laughing out loud and enjoying just her time. And people were like, how can you laugh? We're sitting here getting chemotherapy. She goes, this book is just really funny. And I thought, that's why I wrote it.
Yeah,
right there in a nutshell is here she is going through something that she knows is going to make her sick. She knows is hard to go through. And she's able to still enjoy a little slice of life. And when Joe told me that story, it just really got to me. And I thought,
that's a great story.
Yeah.
So, did you see anyone answer the character question, Amy?
No.
Okay.
That's my mom saying she'll be the posting queen.
I saw that. I did see that one. Okay. So
missed that one.
Okay, so well, let's see. It's about 8:15, so we need to close this out. I could stay and go to talk and just talk. I mean, when Sue and I have our calls,
We have to clear the decks. No other appointments.
I know. I'm like, okay, it's time for us to get started talking about your book now. So lots of good stuff going on, lots of good plans. We'll be seeing you all over the weekend. So share this video. Again, share, review, and then download. So 3 things for you to do. Review the book, download it, which maybe download comes first. Download it, review it, and share. So that's your assignment for this Mother's Day weekend for everybody watching. And so we'll be keeping you posted on all the latest and greatest. So Sue, you have any question you want to see if anybody has the answer to? If not, then we'll just let that one.
I can't think of
Amy, do you
I do want to, wait a minute, Amy. I do want to say one thing. I have heard so many people that love the covers, and that is James Price. And he has done an incredible job on these covers. I absolutely love them. I actually had bookmarks made out of the cover for book 2.
Oh, wow.
And everybody that I hand them out to is like, oh my gosh, I love that cover. And even my sister has gotten people that I had left some books with her, and she's passed them out. And she said she was getting just really great responses from the people that have read it. But she said it was the cover. People just thought it was great. So I want to thank James. Thank you.
And where are you, James?
Yeah.
James is usually here to share our post and all of that. So I know he will when he sees it. It is Friday night, and he does have 7 children, so we'll give him a break for tonight.
Busy.
They might have even had a night out, and I'm not going to take that away from them.
No, I know.
Not at all.
The good thing is, when we met James, we also met Ella, his wife, who is an editor, and so she's editing book 4 now, I think, right?
Well, she's almost finished with 3.
Oh, okay.
And then once she's done and James gets the cover, we'll start working on that to release that in the fall. I'm thinking early fall. And then
what's the status on 4 though? I mean, is she editing it or anything yet?
She's going to edit, yes,
okay.
But she's not. I don't think she's started on it yet. Because
and where do you place the Porter Ramses book? Because I know you told me there's some things that happen in that book that you have to get that book out before you finish the Peg Shaw series.
Right, because there's a tie-in that only the audience will know. The characters in either book.
Between which books does that have to come out?
I haven't made up my mind yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we love you, Sue, and I love your books. I can't wait to read. I've read book 3. I can't wait to read the ones book 4 and on. But I'm just really excited about this weekend and all we have going on. So
I absolutely had so much fun writing book 2. I had so much fun writing this book. It was a real joy.
Well, when you meet the new character in book 2, you will see why Amy thought it was such a good name.
Yes, it's fantastic. This weekend's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it, Sue. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to be number 1. It's going to be great.
Now, you're not going home to see your mom for Mother's Day or anything?
No, I'll be here.
Okay. Okay.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble, Sandy? Stop it. You're getting everyone in trouble today. Stop.
So what I thought we'll do is we'll stay in touch all weekend. When you get to number 1, we're going to stop everything, have another Facebook Live so we can tell everybody.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So see you on the other side of number 1. Have a great weekend. Have a great Mother's Day. Go review, share, and what was the third one? Download the book. Oh, that's right. That's first. Download, review, and share. So,
thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it.
Fun party. We had a great time. Kat, Sarah, Heather. Those are all your kids.
I know. Lola. I just love
Lola, Russell.
She's fired.
Our friends. So thank you all. And I did want to say that, let me real quick go, because I saw some names on there that I wanted to mention. Christelle Usagi. I don't know who you are, but thank you very much for joining us. And you're probably one of my Facebook friends, and I would love to get to know you. And there was one other person, Christine, I believe was her name. Where did I see her? There was somebody that I do know that I haven't seen for quite a while. So anyway, don't see it now. So thank you all for joining us. Brittany, congratulations on winning. And so.
Did we get an address from Brittany?
I sent her a message. I'm waiting.
Okay, so Brittany, Amy, when you get it, if you'll get that to Sue. And then thank you all very much. And Amy, will you take us out of Facebook Live?
Yeah.